This is Italian Football Lover channel, my friends. Today I want to make predictions. Bundesliga week 31 games. You can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. Please click on the like button. Thanks so much. Let's start with Stuttgart Heidenheim game off. Stuttgart is going to be at home. They couldn't get any victory at home for a long time. Stuttgart got so poor results as of lately, but they won versus Bochum 4-1 in away game. They stayed draw against Union Berlin 4-4 in last away game. It was interesting result. In last game at home, Stuttgart lost against 2-1 Werder Bremen. Heidenheim is third to last on the point table, and Heidenheim is in so hard relegation battle. They lost against 3-0 Frankfurt in away game, but before they won versus 1-0 Wolfsburg in away game. Heidenheim lost against 4-0 Bayern Munich in last match at home. Stuttgart is stronger and better team than Heidenheim. I feel in that way this is time to win for Stuttgart at home. Stuttgart 3, Heidenheim 1 is my prediction for this game. Second game, Leverkusen Augsburg. Off. Augsburg showed us so good performances this season. They got so many draws at home and in away games. It doesn't matter for Augsburg team. And Augsburg team lost against 3-1 Bayern Munich at home. They stayed draw against 0-0 Frankfurt in last match at home. Augsburg stayed draw against Hoffenheim 1-1 in away game. They won versus Bochum 2-1 in last away game. They are so resistant team. Leverkusen is on the second spot. They are going to be at home. They got so many draws this season like Augsburg. They stayed draw against Union Berlin 0-0 at home. Before they won versus 3-1 Bochum at home. Leverkusen won versus Heidenheim 1-0 in last away game. But they stayed draw against 1-1 St. Pauli in last away game. This Leverkusen team. My dear friends, this is going to be so challenging game. Maybe draw is possible, but I feel in that way this time after a so challenging game, Augsburg is so dangerous team. Just by 1 goal margin, I want to take a chance to Leverkusen for victory. Leverkusen 2, Augsburg 1 is my prediction for this game. Holstein Kiel Mönchengladbach. Holstein Kiel is going to be at home. They are at the bottom of the point table. They stayed draw against Mainz and Leipzig 1-1 in away game, but Holstein Kiel lost against 3-0 Werder Bremen at home. Again, they lost against 2-1 St. Pauli in last match at home. They got consecutive defeats at home. Mönchengladbach team, my dear friends, won versus 1-0 Leipzig at home. They lost against 2-1 Freiburg at home. Gladbach stayed draw against St. Pauli 1-1 in away game. They lost against 3-2 Dortmund in last away game. Gladbach is stronger and better team than Holstein Kiel, but Holstein Kiel will force Gladbach. I feel in that way. Just by 1 goal margin, I want to take a chance to Mönchengladbach for victory. Holstein Kiel 1, Mönchengladbach 2 is my prediction for this game. Hoffenheim, Borussia Dortmund off. Hoffenheim is going to be at home, and Hoffenheim is playing better at home. They stayed draw against Augsburg 1-1 at home. They won versus 2-0 Mainz in last match at home. They lost against 3-2 Freiburg in last away game. Borussia Dortmund got back-to-back victories, and Borussia Dortmund is going on better in the recent games. They won versus 3-2 Gladbach at home. They won against 3-1 Mainz at home. Dortmund won versus Freiburg 4-1 in away game. They stayed draw against 2-2 Bayern Munich in last away game. My dear friends, I trust on Dortmund more than Hoffenheim for victory. I want to take a chance to Borussia Dortmund for victory. Hoffenheim 1, Borussia Dortmund 3 is my prediction for this game. Bayern Munich Mainz. Bayern Munich is going to be at home, and Bayern Munich won versus St. Pauli 3-2 at home. They stayed draw against 2-2 Dortmund at home. Bayern Munich won versus Heidenheim 4-0 in away game. They're at the top position. They will win the title for sure this season. If they win 2 games in a row, they will proclaim their championship this season. Bayern Munich team. Mainz is going down, but they stayed draw against 2-2 Wolfsburg at home. They lost against 2-0 Hoffenheim in away game. Before, my dear friends, they lost against 3-1 Dortmund in away game. But nevertheless, Mainz is on the 6th spot. But Bayern Munich is stronger and better team than Mainz. They will win over against Mainz. Bayern Munich 3, Mainz 1 is my prediction for this game. Wolfsburg Freiburg off. Wolfsburg is going to be at home. Wolfsburg couldn't get any victory in Bundesliga for a long time. They are going down, but they lost against Heidenheim 1-0 at home, and they stayed draw against 2-2 Mainz in away game. Before they lost against 1-0 Union Berlin in away game, my dear friends. Before Wolfsburg stayed draw against St. Pauli at home 1-1, and Freiburg is on the 5th spot. They are playing for the first 4th spot. Freiburg is better team than Wolfsburg, but this is an away game. Freiburg team, my dear friends, stayed draw against Mainz 2-2 in away game. They won against 2-1 Mönchengladbach in last away game. Again, they won against 3-2 Hoffenheim at home. My dear friends, Freiburg is seeming a little bit closer to victory. Wolfsburg team is aimless team, my dear friends. They don't have a chance to finish the season at top, or they don't any possibility to get to relegate. They are going to be relaxed. Freiburg is seeming closer to victory, but I feel in that way somehow this game will end up in draw. Wolfsburg 2, Freiburg 2. And Frankfurt Leipzig. Frankfurt is going to be at home, and Frankfurt is playing better at home. They won versus 3-0 Heidenheim at home. They won against 1-0 Stuttgart at home. But Frankfurt team stayed draw against Augsburg 0-0 in last away game. Leipzig team won versus Wolfsburg 3-2 in last away game. And before this Leipzig team stayed draw against Holstein Kiel 1-1 at home. And Leipzig team, my dear friends, this Leipzig team won versus 3-1 Hoffenheim at home. Leipzig is playing better at home, my dear friends. And Frankfurt is on the 3rd spot. Leipzig is on the 4th spot. Frankfurt is 3 points ahead of Leipzig. Frankfurt is seeming a little bit closer to victory than Leipzig with home advantage. But I feel in that way, nevertheless, Leipzig is good and decent team. They will force Frankfurt significantly. Because of that, draw is going to be my prediction draw. Frankfurt 1, Leipzig 1. And Bochum Union Berlin off. Bochum is going to be at home. They are second to last on the point table. They are in so hard relegation battle. They lost against 4-0 Stuttgart at home. They lost against 2-1 Augsburg in last match at home. And at the same time, my dear friends, this Bochum team lost against Bremen 1-0 in last away game. Union Berlin team got so good results as of lately. They won versus 1-0 Wolfsburg at home. They stayed draw against 4-4 Stuttgart at home. But before Union Berlin won versus 2-1 Freiburg in away game. Again they won against 2-1 Frankfurt in away game. My dear friends, Union Berlin stayed draw against 0-0 Leverkusen in last away game. They are so dangerous team. Bochum will force Union Berlin, but I feel in that way just by 1 goal difference Union Berlin will win over against Bochum. Bochum 1, Union Berlin 2 is my prediction for this game. Last game, Werder Bremen, St. Pauli off. Werder Bremen got back-to-back victories. They are in so good situation. They won versus Bochum 1-0 at home, my dear friends. And at the same time, Bremen team won versus 2-1 Stuttgart in away game. They won against 3-0 Holstein Kiel in away game, my dear friends. And at the same time, this St. Pauli team got so many draws in the recent games. They stayed draw against 1-1 Mönchengladbach and Leverkusen at home. They won versus 2-1 Holstein Kiel in last away game. Before they lost against 3-2 Bayern Munich in away game. Bremen is stronger and better team than St. Pauli. Bremen is seeming a little bit closer to victory, but St. Pauli is so dangerous team, my dear friends. I feel in that way this game will end up in draw. Draw is going to be my prediction, my dear friends. Werder Bremen 1, St. Pauli 1. All my predictions like this match day 31 games of Bundesliga. You can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. You may drop your comments down below. Please click on the like button. It makes me so happy. See you on my next videos, my dear friends. Bye.